Hello everybody and welcome back to another video on X4 on the channel. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about claiming sectors and a little bit of a revised addition to the one we previously did. Thanks to a couple of people who pointed a couple of things out. There were a couple of things that I actually hadn't realised at the time, which now I do. Thanks to Ketraar, Ketraar, for pointing out a couple of things that I've missed. The reason why I'd missed them is because generally when I claim sectors, I'll usually build a defense platform first, and then I've got something to defend, which then obviously claims the sector, and then we move on from there. What I've missed in most of my time playing X4 is that you can actually claim sectors using other things. The large and extra large fabrication bays and maintenance bays also claim sectors, as do the trading stations for the factions. You can't build your own trading station technically, even though you can. So theirs claims a sector. So if you want to say take Grand Exchange for yourself, what we'd have to do here is take out the defense platforms and the trading station to be able to then take this sector from them. If you want to know a little bit more, what was also pointed out was the fact that they're actually in, here we go, there you go, sector ownership claim, yes, that means it will claim the sector for you, and as you can see both the maintenance bay and the fabrication bay both do the same thing, which is great. And obviously we can see here the administrative centre is, however the defence discs are not. So that was good to note. I didn't realise that myself because, as I say, normally when I play in a certain way where I'll have the defense platforms down first and I'll do other things, and usually, to be honest, my ship fabrication, certainly my large and extra large, will be in a sector that's heavily defended by a faction that I generally will have almost allied to myself, and obviously then I don't build it in my own sector, or I haven't in the past. Now that I know that that can directly take it, then that might change some things that I do to my playstyle. If ever in doubt, always check out the encyclopedia. There are bits of information. Now apparently this was introduced in the 6.2 update that showed that this actually has the claimability. I'm not 100% sure because I can't remember back before 6.2, but it's still worth noting that it is now in there, so that's quite handy. So yeah, so just as a second point that I mentioned, the training stations don't require any modules to claim a sector. The base station definition does it. So they need to be completely destroyed to be taken out, because they are known as training stations by the factions. Now the other point I also wanted to clarify as well, I mentioned that if you had two factions claiming sector, so say for example I had this sector already and I placed a defense platform in here, this would not change. If I took out these and there was nothing else to claim it, then it would become mine. However, there is an exception to the rule. If there are 3 or more factions laying claim to the sector, then the original owner obviously is removed once it's been destroyed. It won't go to either of the other 2 or more factions. It will basically become contested, where it just remains ownerless. And then obviously once you wipe out the defense platforms and yours is the only one left, then you lay claim to it. So it's just worth pointing out. That's a couple of things that I hadn't realised, which was good to know. The other thing I commented on as well is, well, a couple of questions I had was, why would you want your own sector? The main one for me is the cost for managing plots. So for example, the plots here, if I place it here, look, you can see 0 cost for claiming a plot. This is for a relatively small plot. If I go to Argon Prime and I want to have prime real estate, which is right next to the jump gate, you can see it's almost 1,000,000 credits just for the smallest plot size. If I want to go for the largest plot size, you can see that that already starts to go 68 million. And that can go, there you go, look, 80 million. So there is a reason why you might want to avoid, so now 50 million just to go to a secondary jump point. So there is a reason why, number one, you might want to save that kind of credits, because that's expensive. That's a lot of credits. Now if I go here, you can see that it still costs me absolutely 0. And if you're building 4, 5, 6 stations, you're talking nearly 500 million credits just in plots alone. And that doesn't take into account anything else that you do in there. The other option as well is policing sectors. If you are not worried about losing reputation with factions, or if indeed you are trying to go to war with factions, then an easier way of doing it is by policing your own sectors. And by the way you're doing that, which I kind of breezed over in the last video and I want to cover fully in this video, is if you go to your player information in your menus and you head over to your empire, you'll notice it says police authority here. This is where you add your illegal wares. So you can add a ware, and you know, I can say, oh, I want ore in my sector illegal, so that means that anybody who brings ore through your sector will be breaking the law and it's illegal. And then any policing authority you have in there, so any ships that are set to police your sector, will intercept the ship. The ship will have the choice of either dropping the cargo or escaping, and obviously you can set from there wherever you want them to collect the cargo, and they will move on from there. Obviously remember, some ships can't carry certain cargo. For example, if you're dropping ore, then the police will probably not collect it unless you have a trading ship that are minor within your policing sector that can then collect it. So worth bearing in mind. So that's about it for claiming sectors. There isn't really much to it. You just might want to be asking yourselves really why you want to do it. There isn't a great lot of reasons why you want to do it. The main one obviously is the saving credits. Now you may be thinking, oh, it's only a couple of credits, but that can mount up very, very fast. Because, for example, what I generally do
we'll be scanning your inventory.
Is I like to have a station per material or good when it comes to production, just so I can.
You're clean. Move along.
I can actually prioritize certain things, so I can set, like, you know, if I want more energy cells income, so I have things stored for energy cells, and then I have like ores and stuff like that. I balance it all out, so I generally have one station do one material, and there's a lot of materials you can build in this game, so you can start ending up getting like 20-30 factories in one sector if you really wanted to do that. Certainly in somewhere like Napoleon's Fortune, where there is a lot of resources here. This is a very good resource sector. So I would generally have this where this is going to be my home. So I'll have a lot of stations in here. Now, if this wasn't my sector, that would cost me a hell of a fortune. So that's the main reason why you might want to claim your own sector. The other thing as well is it's nice to start seeing your own colours going on the map. And obviously people who are trying to, you know, end game this, so to speak. Obviously the end game will be to claim sectors for your own, taking it away from the factions. And obviously with this information you now know how to do that. If there's any more questions, comments, or you know, if you want to give me any more feedback, please do so. As you've seen here, I always take the feedback on board, even things that, you know, I might have missed. You know, I've played this game for a long time now, but there are certain things that I don't do or I haven't covered before that I generally kind of skim over. So it's good to be pulled up on and let known. Actually, you know, FYI, this is here, this is there. I don't mind at all. I'll just cover it in another video and make sure everybody else is aware. So thank you very much, and credit given to those who point things out. Well, until next time, everybody, take care for now. Make sure you hit that thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video, bell notification, and subscribe if you want to know for more content, and hopefully you'll join us for more. Well, until next time, everybody, take care for now, and I shall see you all on the next one. Bye bye for now.